What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Back with another YouTube review on my Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time Arcade1up. As you can see, I already have it fired up. Going right into the intro. The terrific things about this machine: the light up marquee, the light up deck, the molded coin doors, the matching riser. 4 players. This isn't a new review, folks. This thing's been out for quite a while, but just trying to get the page updated, get things going. So 2 games included on this machine. So you got the Ninja Turtles OG arcade, and then you got Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time arcade game. So this also comes with multiplayer, so you can play online all across the world, anytime. Sometimes a little difficult finding people to play with, I'm not going to lie. So you do have a live leaderboard that you can compare yourself with other people, get yourself ranked up. You do have to play quite a bit to get on that leaderboard. But there are settings as well. So you've got your network settings. You can restore to factory settings. Your menu, sound effects, check for an update. Let's actually do that right now. See if we have one. So I am running the latest version, and back to main menu. So here's your Turtles in Time right here. So both of them actually have separate intros, which is also nice. So when you select the game, here's your local and online game right here. So you can select either one. I just play the local game. I don't really need to play with anybody, but if you did, it's going to give you multiple lobbies to go into, so 4 to be exact. So I'm just going to pick one. Create room. I'm just going to do, I'll do Michelangelo 1111. Select yes. Winners don't do drugs. I would completely recommend this arcade for anybody. The nostalgia alone of these cabinets is incredible. The one thing that I like what Arcade1up is doing is they're going with the Pro cabinets, which is a 19-inch screen, a 66-inch arcade, no riser. I don't like the riser. I understand that it could be used for kids to play, but that's the whole entire point of the stool. I don't think they should have ever included the riser. That's my personal opinion. I know other people may say different. However, I feel they should have just came out with the Pro Arcade because it is a little wider, it's taller, it has the bigger screen. This is 17-inch, the Pro version is 19-inch, and it has the speakers that you can actually see underneath the light-up marquee. So I'm a huge fan of that. I wish they would actually make these light up too, the coin doors. I think that would bring it out so much better. But unfortunately, I didn't design these things. And excuse, please, my hideous curtains. Never changed them when I moved here. But so I'm just going to go ahead and start the game up. Everything is identical. It's absolutely terrific. If you played this in the arcades, if you had that privilege to be able to do that, good for you. Because nowadays, as you can see, folks, so I put the bat controller sticks on it. So right here is where you can actually change the colors of the deck protector. Yeah. You don't want it with me. A lot of guys for one turtle. Come on, man. So you do have the selection as well for all the colors. There it is right there. Actually, I think that's really nice. I know I didn't need that, but... So the one thing I will say about the graphics, they are a little pixelated. I know there is an option to change where you can make it a little less pixelated, but I think it actually ruins the picture a little more. So I just continue to stay with the default settings. But the sticks are really responsive. The buttons are really nice. I will say, comparable to the old Arcade1ups that first came out, like your old Street Fighters and your Mortal Kombats, I think those were really flimsy. They've done a really good job with the new ones. I wouldn't even recommend an old Street Fighter one, just because I've had so many Arcade1ups, it's crazy. I tend to get rid of them as they get older, but once I get a pro version, I will keep that, and I won't get rid of it. I've modded so many of these. This one I didn't have the heart to mod, just because it's such a beautiful system, and I don't want to drill holes, and then you lose the multiplayer. You lose a lot. You gotta buy a new setup for the light up marquee. You gotta buy a new setup for the light up control deck. It becomes a hassle, and the Raspberry Pi I think is good, but it's nothing special. Not to mention, when you do mod them, every game you play you have to switch the buttons for. Like if you play Street Fighter and then you play Mortal Kombat, the buttons are not going to be the same, and especially with Mortal Kombat Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, and then if you have the ability to play 4, which I did on Dreamcast, you have to change the run, the block, and it's just very frustrating. So this is a great centerpiece to have, especially if you have friends over. You have a couple sips, you have a couple drinks. I just whooped his ass. It's just a nice thing to have. Great centerpiece. Just sitting here in the corner of the room. I play it every now and then. I've beaten this game so many times, this and the OG Ninja Turtles. It's crazy. But it never gets old for me. Like I said, the nostalgia is just there. You used to have to go to the arcade and pop in a lot of money to go through one of these games. And I could just add credit. It doesn't matter. But would I recommend this to somebody? Yes. At 700 plus tax? No. I ended up selling the stool because I did not like the Turtles in Time stool at all, with the two faces, just like it shows on the riser. I was not a fan of it at all. Like I was the old OG Ninja Turtles cabinet, but that cabinet just didn't have enough. It didn't have the online play. It didn't have the light up deck. It didn't have the coin doors. It had those stupid name brands on the front of the cabinet, which I think makes the cabinet look absolutely horrible and doesn't actually have the characteristics of a real arcade. But when you look at something like this cabinet, it has it all. I have LEDs on the back. I didn't feel the need to plug them in. I'm sure you guys have seen tons of them. online watching other reviews, especially modded cabs. I think it takes away from the originality of the cabinet itself. But I love beat 'em ups, and you got Shredder's Revenge coming out for all the systems here shortly. Well, it was supposed to already be out, but with COVID, you know, who knows what's going on. But great response, you know, great cabinet. The buttons work really well. Yeah, cool off, dog. Yeah, I gotta do that. I feel if you get really close to him, he's actually really tough, I'm not gonna lie. One of my favorite, well, enemies, and then end up being a good guy. But... well, I'm not gonna get too much into it, guys. That's going to be it for the review, guys. So the console alone weighs about, I think it's like 80-90 pounds. It still moves very easy, a little easier than I would actually prefer. But I believe with the Killer Instincts Pro cabinet that we're going to see a much better cabinet than what we have currently. This is by far one of the best ones they have in terms of any Arcade1up that's been released to date. The Killer Instinct one is really nice. This one is really nice. I'd love to see an NFL Blitz one. I don't know if we're going to because of the condition of the NFL with late hits and everything, the way everything's going today with how soft everything is. I don't see them releasing one with the, you know, the quarterback hits and the late hits because they just don't want to attribute that kind of violence into today's game, which is very unfortunate because it's just a game, you know. It's becoming a travesty what's going on with licensing and everything, not being able to come out with games because of violence, etc., etc. You know, it's just a game. So, but for this, I would definitely recommend it. If you could grab it for $500, grab it. It's well worth it. It's worth the money. If you have people coming over, it's going to get played. Is it going to get played every day? No, obviously not. Now, what I would like to see Arcade1up do is come out with an online marketplace. You already have the live button. You already have access to multiplayer. So why can we not buy extra games on the marketplace that they already have licenses for? Pac-Man, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Ghouls and Goblins, etc., Bad Dudes. Why can't I go onto a marketplace on this Arcade1up, and that would save them a lot of manufacturing costs because they wouldn't have to actually manufacture and put the arcade in Walmart, Target, Best Buy. They could just sell the games online. So that I'm not sure why Arcade1up hasn't done yet. Maybe they should hire me. I don't know. But, I mean, it's a great idea. I think that they should do that. Also, guys, it's got a volume button where you can adjust the volume. Sorry, I didn't tell you that. But I just feel like that would be a great addition to not having, you know, obviously you would have to make the arcades with the amount of buttons that every game would have, which is fine. But I think that would be a much better option because you could actually add games. And I don't have a lot of space in my house, so I can't have 10 of these. I've had 3 of them on this wall at one time, and it was ridiculous. There was no room to walk around my living room. I had to move all kinds of stuff around. So, yeah, I think that would be a great addition to Arcade1up is custom arcades. It would bring a lot more revenue. It would bring a lot more interest into a single cab. Like, I want a Ninja Turtles cab. That's what I want. I don't want the more. I mean, I would like a Mortal Kombat one. I had it before, but I'm not a big fan of just the 2-player. I want a Mortal Kombat 4 arcade. That's what I want. That's what I want with Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat 2, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, and Mortal Kombat 4. That's what I want. That would be my ideal cabinet for Mortal Kombat. If I could have Killer Instinct, Ninja Turtles, and Mortal Kombat, I'd be the happiest man in history. I wouldn't be able to have them all in this room together, but it is what it is. So, but if you'd like to subscribe, give me a like, send me a message, ask me a question, I'll answer them. I'll try and hit you back on the like and subscribe. But guys, thank you. I appreciate it. YouTube fam, you're the best.